We're in Indore, India, and this street behind me has 56 street food stalls in it. So we're going on a massive street food hunt today. We're starting first thing in the morning, and this is going to go right through to the night time.
Indore is one of India's street food capitals. This video is part of our Huge India series, and we're exploring Chappan Dukan, a street food paradise made up of 56 food stalls to hunt down Indore's most delicious street food. There is so much incredible food coming up, so make sure you watch right to the end of this video.
I'm Thomas.
And I'm Sheena, and we're chasing a plate.
We hope you're hungry. Let's eat.
This street at Chappan Dukan is really quiet in the mornings, but as the day goes on, it progressively gets busier and busier until it is crazy at night. We've come super early to try the famous Indore breakfast of poha, so let's go and grab a plate. This is the famous breakfast dish of Indore. This is poha. So poha is flattened spiced rice. So you can see those yellow bits there, that's the rice. And then we've got a whole mixture of things added to it. So we've got some raw red onion, some coriander, sev, which are these crispy chickpea noodles, and there's some rice krispies also. And then the guy just chucked a bunch of masala over the top, so some spice. So let's give it a mix up and then give it a taste. Wow, it is actually really sweet. So the rice is very pillowy. It is very light and airy. There's a hint of mustard seeds in there, but overall the flavour is really sweet. And you've got the hint of zing from the red onions. The coriander is quite bright and flavoursome. It's really yellow in colour, so maybe turmeric has been cooked in with it, and there's a bunch of spices in there. So there's mustard seeds, cumin seeds, fennel seeds. They all add so much flavour. It's so delicious. It's really light and airy, and it's got great texture. So the sev is really crunchy, as are those rice bubbles or rice krispies. And then you've got the crunch from the onions, which add a really sharp flavour. And then that coriander, which is very vibrant as well. This is so good.
We've popped to another stall for our next breakfast snack, and this is khaman, which is basically a cake, but it's chickpea flour. So it's a chickpea flour sort of soaked in water and then baked. So you can see it has a really almost sponge-like cake texture. And then on top of it, he dumped a bunch of green chutney. It looked like maybe some tamarind chutney as well. So this red one, there's a lot of coriander. There's a ton of mustard seeds in the cake there. Look at that, wow. And then it's got sev, which are these crispy little chickpea noodles on top. And these look so good, which are deep fried chilies. So not battered or anything, just thrown in the hot oil. So they're gonna be hopefully a little bit crispy. Let's rip into this. Oh, look how moist it is. Oh, that's amazing. All right. Wow. Wow. That's incredible. This is quite sweet, and it's so moist. There's so much liquid in that cake. It's just, there's so much liquid. Look at that. You can see it when I push it with my spoon. The liquid's just pulsing out of it, and that's like sweet and kind of sour. So I think that's that tamarind, dark brown water I saw him put on. Now look at this one. I've got a couple of those deep fried chilies, and there's some seeds in there, so it should be nice and spicy. Oh, oh, that looks good. Whoa, here it comes. Okay, there's some real chili heat there. It took a while to kick in. Oh, that's so good. You got all that sweet liquid inside. The fresh coriander gives it a really nice sort of bitterness. Whoa! Yeah, those are spicy. Oh, they've got me in the back of the throat now. Oh, woo. Okay, those are really, really good. They weren't crispy on the outside, but they're just beautifully softened. They've not been put in the oil for long, those chilies. So they've still got a bit of crunch. And boy, oh boy, Oh, do they start to sing? They're right in the back of my throat now. Oh my God. I want to rip into this end bit because it's got all these mustard seeds, a bunch of coriander, the crunchy sev on top. Looks like the perfect mouthful. Wow. Oh. The cake itself isn't overly flavoursome. It's just a really good vessel for the chutneys that were on top, the coriander, the fresh coriander, and boy oh boy, those chilies kick a lot. I'm still burning in my mouth from that mouthful before. This is another incredibly good breakfast snack.
That's the breakfast snacking done.
We always put the details down below in the YouTube description box of where we're eating so you can check them out. Now we are going to go off, have a bit of a rest, and we're coming back this afternoon for the afternoon and evening snacks on this incredible food street. You can always trust a crowd when you're looking for street food. So I'm going to pop over to this really busy stand over here and get an egg roll, which they call an egg banjo. This is a really famous street stand here in Indore. It's called Johnny Hot Dogs. So this is the egg banjo. So it's a really nicely toasted, soft white bun, which feels really oily, and then an omelette inside. So this egg omelette is really fluffy looking, and it's a masala omelette. So you can see the little flecks of red, which are the spices in there, and maybe some chili, and then all of that green is coriander. So there is a lot of coriander in there. And then we have, it looks like some tomato sauce, a green chutney, and a whole lot of freshly, thinly sliced red onion. So I'm going to peel that apart, dump a whole lot of the red onion on it, and then give it a dunk into this green chutney. Oh, it's really, really hot, that egg. Whoa. Wow. So something really simple that packs a ton of flavor. So that omelette is packed with flavor, all those spices in there and the coriander. And I love the crunch of that onion. Let's dip it in the tomato sauce, because how classic a combo is that? White bread, egg, and tomato sauce. Oh, oh man. That is really good. I've got to go for one just like super bite. So I've got this one side left. Let's get some big crunchy bits of red onion. I want to go through the chutney and the tomato sauce. Oh yeah. Oh, oh yeah. That was amazing. I think there's some coriander in the chutney as well. So when you add that coriander chutney with the fresh coriander that's in the omelette, really bursts of flavor. That is so good. I love standing on the street with your little stainless steel plate, crowd of people, and they are just churning out these burgers. And they only do about 4 or 5 different versions, and this is the only egg one. So there's not much coming out of this little stand, but this is really, really good street snack.
56 shops lining the street, so this is the place to come if you want a street food snack in Indore. There is so much choice. Let's go and grab our next snack. The store behind me is churning out piles and piles of golden delicious patties. So this is the KHOPRA patties, which is a coconut patty, and it's a deep fried ball of goodness. So let's crack this baby open and see what is inside. Oh, okay, so we've got potato, and it's covering this delicious looking desiccated coconut spiced mixture, and it's all wallowing in heaps of green chutney and brown chutney. The brown chutney is most probably tamarind, and the green is probably a mixture of coriander and mint. Let's just try this thing. Oh yeah, that is so good. You crunch through the really crispy deep fried shell of the potato. The potato inside is really creamy and smooth, and then you've got that hit of coconut. It's really spicy, so in chili heat, and then you've got a really strong taste of cumin seeds. That's so good. That coconut mixture is so tasty, and I've also spotted a golden sultana in there as well. Let's grab another bite. Wow, it's a burst of flavor. The chutneys are really sweet, have a hint of spice, and then that coconut mixture has got such a great texture. So you've got the crunch of the outer shell of that potato, the smooth creamy potato, and then like that texture of the coconut, which is just really vibrant and full of flavor. That is so good.
Time for our next snack, and I've seen this place here with these giant towers or hot plates that are cooking up bits of roti, which are then being filled with filling to make rolls. So I really want a chicken roll. I've ordered a chicken kati roll, and this looks so crispy. So we made like a roti, took like a very simple piece of dough, put it on the huge tawa or the hot plate, and then loaded it up with ghee, and it just started bubbling away, and it is super crispy. Let's see if we can hear this crackle. Oh, I don't know if you can hear that, but it is super crispy. And then inside it's got a rich red looking chicken mixture, a bunch of red onions, and actually some mayonnaise and some, I think, tomato sauce. Whoa. Oh, that roti is nuts. It's actually really dry. Even though it was cooked in so much ghee, it's dry and crispy and flaky. It's a little bit aerated, so it's just got levels of crispiness. And then the inside, you can see the chicken. And it's got some mayonnaise in there. That was actually a little bit too sweet for my liking. But the chicken with its spice mixture sauce and the red onions that you can see there were really good, super tangy. Let's take another big bite. Oh, really good. Really simple, quick snack. It's quite small. You just wolf it down really easily. Like I said, mayonnaise isn't totally to my liking in this. It's a bit sweet versus the other flavors, but it is still a really good snack and has a really good little chili spice.
It's time for some more chaat. The KHOPRA patties, or the coconut patties that I had before, were so good that we're going to go and try their pea patties. Let's go and grab one. This is the pea patties, and it is the same sort of look as the KHOPRA patties or the coconut patties, just a slightly different shape. And this has come straight from that hot oil. It was so neat watching the chefs at work. They're just whipping all of those patties and kachoris in and out of that hot oil. It's bubbling away. There's so much heat coming from those big woks. And this looks absolutely mouth-watering. So as you can see, it's swimming in a puddle of that chutney again. So both the green chutney and also that brown chutney that you can see there. Let's open it up and see if it looks any different to the one that we had before. Alright, whoa, okay. So it's the same sort of potato mixture. There's obviously peas in there, a ton of fennel seeds, and some other spices. Let's grab a big mouthful. I can also see a raisin in there like that last one. Wow! This one has got a ton more flavor than the last one. The other one was a beautiful flavor, but it was more subtle. This one just packs a punch. It's got a really spicy chili hit. Those fennel seeds just pop in your mouth. It's very, very spicy and savory. And then that green chutney. There must be mint and coriander in there because those are really flavoursome and strong as well. There is so much going on in this patty, so I'm going to poke around a bit because I can see all sorts of things. So there's some coriander, there's even a pomegranate seed in there, then also the sultana and all those fennel seeds. Let's go for another bite. It just pops in your mouth. There is so much texture. So the pomegranate seeds pop, the pop from the fennel seeds, got the crunch from that outer crispy potato shell, and then the inside of that patties is really smooth and creamy, and then you've got all those hits of flavor. This is so tasty.
We've been filming this video over the whole day, so this street has everything from breakfast all the way through to late night snacks. Now that night has fallen, it's time for some sweet treats, and India is super famous for its desserts. So let's go get something sweet.
We've got our little box of Indian sweets here, and I cannot tell you how hard it was to make a decision. There were countless varieties and they all looked so beautiful. So we've got milk cake here. Let's get these out of the way. I'll show you what's underneath. These gorgeous looking ones here with the edible silver leaf on top. This one is the Kaju Kalash, and then these long little logs here are Kaju Punch. They look so beautiful. I'm gonna go for this Kaju Kalash, this round one here. So Kaju is cashew, and so I assume it's like a type of cashew paste, and then it's been just covered with edible silver leaf, and then there's a little bit of food coloring around the silver leaf, and then a little pistachio that's sticking out the top. Wow, that's beautiful. It's like a sweet cashew paste. There's pistachio on the inside as well. It almost has the texture of marzipan, but it's very soft, almost a little bit sticky, and it's got the most beautiful cashew flavor. You can't taste the silver leaf at all. It's just a really nice, sweet, creamy treat with a great nutty flavor.
These sweets are so beautiful. I want to try the Kaju Punch. So cashew nut once again. It's got a little piece of pista or pistachio there on the top. Got the food coloring in, and also covered in that beautiful silver sheet. You can actually see the silver where it's been laid over and wrapped right around that log. Whoa. Wow, really strong taste of cashew again. Actually had a big chunk of cashew right in the center. That is beautiful. It's not actually too sweet. I thought it was going to be mentally sweet, because often sweets here in India are very, very sweet, but that's not. It's quite placid. It's a beautiful, beautiful way to end. It rounds everything out really nicely. Finishing up with these little bits of milk cake. Now that was an awesome food hunting day, just full on food hunting. There's so much good food on this one little street.
Remember to hit that subscribe button. We have got a ton of food videos to come from India. We really hope you enjoyed this one. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video, and if you want to support more Chasing a Plate content, check out our Patreon page. We'll see you next time. Alvida!
Alvida!